Welcome back to Cyint DFIR Academy. So in this video we will be discussing on how to connect a PCIe expansion card with TX1 and TX2 in a right manner. So let's get started. So first we will be seeing how to connect a PCIe expansion card to TX1. So here in my hand I have a PCIe expansion card of Asus. The official name is Hyper M.2 X16 Gen 4 card, which we can use to hold up to 4 NVMe M.2 SSDs. Okay, so it plugs directly into a PCIe slot and each SSD can talk to the system at a full PCIe speed. Alright, so in order to connect this, if you get it as an evidence, to TX1 for imaging purpose, we will be using this particular adapter, which is PCIe adapter for add-in card SSD, also known as TDA71. As you can see here, we have the PCIe slot, and then on this side, if you remember, we will be using this particular connector, that is PCIe 8-inch connector Gen 2 to connect in this particular slot. Also, we will be using a SATA power connector in order to power this particular adapter and this particular expansion card. Alright, so let's get into how to connect it properly. First, keep the adapter on a flat surface. Pick up your evidence or PCIe expansion card carefully, then place it onto the slot in a gentle manner. Okay. After that, keep the adapter in such a way that the ports will be facing towards the source side of the TX1. Now, if you remember, the source side is distinguished by its lock symbols that is present. Okay. Now, keep it on the table. Pick up the SATA power cable or connector. Attach it. Alright, then on the other end we will be connecting it directly to the TX1. Alright, then next thing we have to connect is our PCIe cable. We will be connecting it likewise and then onto the TX1. So this is how you in the right manner configure a PCIe expansion card to a TX1. Now we will be seeing how to connect a PCIe expansion card to a TX2. Here also we will be using an adapter, of course, and the adapter's name is TA71 PCIe adapter for add-in card SSD. Okay, so here everything is same. There is only one difference. If you remember, there was a SATA power connector slot here, right? As you can see here, that particular port or slot is not present in TA71. Also, there is a change in the PCIe slot as well. Now, in order to connect this particular adapter to TX2, we will be using TC PCIe 44, which is a 4-inch PCIe cable or a connector which has a PCIe Gen 3 4-lane. Alright. Now, first keep the adapter on a flat surface. Alright. Pick up your expansion slot, carefully and gently connect it to the adapter. Done. Now keep it in such a way that the PCIe slot will be facing the source side of TX2. Here also it is mentioned or distinguished by this particular lock symbol. Alright. Now connect your PCIe connector carefully. Okay. Now keep the TX2 near, then connect the other end to TX2. Okay. This is how you connect a PCIe expansion card with TX2 using this particular adapter TA71. Now let's say that you want to use this particular adapter, which is TA71 with TX1. Okay, so in that case we will be using this particular bridge, okay, which is also known as TCA PCIe to PCIe 4, which converts the Gen 3 PCIe to a Gen 2. Okay, which is this particular side is compatible with TX1, and this you can use the latest PCIe connector, which is TC PCIe 4 to 4 with which is compatible with the adapter. Okay, so now in order to connect this, first we will be connecting the PCIe cable to this particular slot, then we will be connecting this particular bridge we will be connecting the other end to the bridge, and then we will be connecting it to a TX1. Alright, so this is how you use TA71 with TX1. So in this video we have discussed on how to connect an PCIe expansion card with TX1 and TX2 using their respective adapters. So in the upcoming videos we will be discussing further on various other adapters that can be used to connect various devices with TX1 and TX2. Thank you for watching. Like, share and subscribe. Jai Hind.